Thank you guys for tuning in to another episode of the TTE podcast. And it's been a long time. I shouldn't have left you without a dope beat to step to, so apologies for that. But we're back, better than ever, and there's a lot of craziness going on in the world. So I thought I'd get my sister Denise and my cousin Andre to kind of recap some of the crazy news that we've seen lately. Typically, this is Florida man inspired, but we'll stay out of Florida for this episode, given Hurricane Ian and whatnot. We'll keep the jokes around Florida to a minimum. Those people are having a hard time down there, so we'll open it up to everybody else in the world who's doing really wild and silly things. So with that, Andre, how are you guys doing?
Just I'm just like the streetcar conductor, just fair.
Somewhere your
On the-
grandfather
on the-
is very proud of you.
On the spectrum of doing, I think I'm doing fairly well.
Hey man, take the win. So with that, for those of you who are new here, we're going to recap some wild and crazy stories and just give our takes on some of the lunacy that goes on in the world when you hear a wild story in the news. So with that, Denise, I'll turn it over to you to review the first story of this episode.
Okay, well, let's go with our very first one here. I think I sent this. I had to go back into the vault, is what I call the vault, of all the things that I've sent since the last Florida man to find some of these. And this was actually from August. So, first one here. Grown ass man uses fake $100 bill to scam 11-year-old selling lemonade on the street.
Okay, already I got beef with him.
I don't know, man. This was
What do you mean
August.
you don't know?
No. All that news with inflation. So he was like, you know what? He got desperate. I
Come
can
on,
understand.
man.
It's
Desperate
immoral.
enough to
No, it's
rob an
wrong.
11-year-old at a lemonade
Yeah, I
stand?
couldn't do it. I couldn't
This
do it,
thing
but
is-
I can understand where he's at.
But what I'm saying is, here's my thing: how and what is in the lemonade that's worth $15? Because it says here he scammed the child out of $85 when he allegedly used a counterfeit $100 bill and demanded exact change for his lemonade.
Oh,
So
yeah.
why is the lemonade $15?
Oh, pillaging the young and the innocent. Okay, I can't sign off on him no more.
No, hold on.
Yes,
Hold on.
bet, yeah.
Hold on, man. The lemons were organic.
Bullshit.
These are organic lemons.
Oh man,
Only the
that
finest
hurts the
fruits.
economy.
Only the finest juices and berries. Come on now. Come on now.
Yeah, so
Oh, man.
let's see here. It says here that the boy, whose name was Jeremy, was selling lemonade in Everett, Washington over the summer as a way to make a little extra dough. Police said he used his allowance money to give the man, who hasn't yet been caught, his $85 in change. But when Jeremy took the bill to the gas station, he was told it was fake.
Poor
Luckily,
Jeremy.
a kind neighbor set up a GoFundMe for Jeremy, raising more than $2,200 in less than a day. And because he is a hardworking boy between his lemonade stand,
Yeah,
which is so much more than just lemonade.
well, that was a positive resolve. So, like, he lost 85 and gained what?
2,200.
So,
I
like,
say
once
this is
again,
a
I
lot.
might
This is a
side with the
lot.
guy who gave him the counterfeit now because he definitely made profit out of that. But yeah, he needs to get caught. He need to get him off the streets.
Hold
Yes.
on, man. Hold on. Man. Hold on. You robbed an 11-year-old. Do you rob? Come on, man. You robbed an 11-year-old. Like, we fell that far as a society that you got to rob an 11-year-old. I know times is tough out here. I know it.
No
Come
conscience.
on, man. Clearly, no conscience.
I mean,
I say
guess.
we got to find him. We got to add him to the list. We got to go find him.
Well, it says here
Get
that
him off the streets.
cops are appealing for help to locate the suspect, who was apparently having such a bad day that he felt the need to scam a child.
But yeah,
So
Yeah, bro. We got to find him. Add him to the list. Put an APB out. Put an APB out for the man that robbed an 11-year-old with a fake
He
$100 bill.
overall helped the kid out though. I'm glad it ended well.
For the kid, yeah.
Yeah.
Clearly this is a teachable moment
Yeah,
for the
but I
kid.
feel like it's one that wasn't necessary. Like we could have avoided this. You just would have been a stand-up guy. You know what I
No.
mean? You just would have been a
I
stand-up guy. We'd have been all right.
agree, but hey, to each his own, right?
I
Jeez.
suppose. I
I guess.
suppose. So
So
that
the
that being said, yeah, the next story.
next story here, we have Utah man tries to kill a spider, sparks 60-acre wildfire instead.
This is another guy we got to go find. Everything was cool. Everything was cool, and now my house burned down.
I'm playing
you
devil
know,
advocate today. I got to see a picture of this spider first before I jump on a conclusion.
I
I mean,
don't,
I can
I
understand,
don't
but
believe there is a picture of the spider in here. It does say that the Utah governor Spencer Cox tweeted a piece of odd advice: don't do drugs, kids, and don't set spiders on fire during a drought.
yeah,
His
get him out the
warning,
west. Yeah.
yes,
Get him out. He don't need to be close to California. He don't any western state. Just banish him, exile him.
yes.
He got to be on the other side of the Rockies.
It looks like the man. Police reported that a man inadvertently started a 60-acre fire by trying to kill a spider with his lighter. And the authorities learned of the blaze shortly after 5 p.m. and found a man at the scene. So at least he didn't flee.
He was trying to put it out?
But see, now I got that Billy Joel song in my head. We didn't start the fire.
We didn't start the fire,
You know what I
but the
mean?
world's been burning since
Again,
the world's been turning. I'm
but
sorry, that's my shit.
again, a spider is such a. I don't even know where to begin. So the spider is such a threat to you that you need to eliminate it. Fine. I know people who have a real thing with spiders, but you decided that you were going to set it on fire in the middle of the summer in basically dry desert-like conditions. Like,
I mean, as somebody who has overreacted to seeing a spider themselves, um, I can see how it can go. I can see how it gets out of control. But I personally would not have resorted to the fire. I would have got like a chancla or a flip flop. I mean, well, flip flops and chanclas are the same thing, but like a shoe and beat the shit out of it until it stopped moving. But that's just
Well,
me.
yeah. I mean, it's fight or flight, and people aren't trained. Just fleeing. Nobody knew he was running from a spider that day. That was between him and that spider. And now look at them trees.
no, no. See, that's where I got to stop you. It's not between him and the spider. It's between him, the spider, and everybody's house that burned down.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh,
oh,
he
I thought
went
it was like
there.
a forest. Oh man.
Yeah,
No,
like
man, a
we got real
60-acre
beef.
fire?
Yeah, we got real beef here. You know what I'm
Oh yeah,
saying?
that's
I
bad.
was in
That's
the
bad business.
backyard. I was in the backyard chilling. I was smoking a brisket and I was cooking some steaks for my family. And I look up and there's a fire coming my way, and there's nothing I can do about it. And you mean to tell me this started because you and a spider had beef? And let's be honest, the beef's on your end. Spider's got no beef with you. But you thought setting it on fire in the middle of the summer. When does this take place? This is over the summer?
This was over the summer. This was August 2nd.
Yeah,
Doing the
see,
most, man. That's
come on, man.
bad.
You doing way too much. Out here in the desert like that, you can't be doing no wild ass shit like that. Come on, man.
Now, wait a minute. Now,
Now
as
my
they go
now my
further
kids
down,
ain't got no home because of you. No, I got
wait a
to
minute.
add them to the list. Add them to the list. We got to go find them.
Before we add him to the list, let me finish it. It says here the police said that he told crews he mistakenly started the fire by trying to burn a spider, after which they did promptly arrest him. And while the
Well,
fire did not destroy any buildings or cause evacuations, the smoke plumed throughout the Utah Valley and 2 helicopters were sent to the scene. Not sure exactly why he felt the need to burn the spider, says Utah County Sheriff Sergeant Spencer Cannon. So at least no buildings were destroyed, but I would make him liable for the 2 helicopters that we had to send out.
Well, yeah, his tax dollars. Yeah, yeah.
So you saying he got arrested? They found him and they arrested him, and he's gonna do some time. Is what you're saying?
Yeah, I mean, at least he didn't flee.
Okay, we can take him off the list because they found him.
They found he didn't go anywhere. So,
Take him off the list.
Therefore,
And you said no buildings got destroyed, right?
No buildings got destroyed. So I guess at the end of the day, no harm, no foul, unless you're the spider. Actually, I want to know if the spider survived, because at this rate, he could still be out there.
Man, we need to write a child's book on this story. I want to, like, if we could just I would love to see the spider's expression, just living his normal spider life. And then this dude catches him, and the spider's just staring at him like, what are you about to do?
It's Charlotte's Web for the 21st century.
Yeah, I'll give that. Yeah.
Charlotte
Web on steroids.
How scary of a spider does it really have to be for you to try to burn it to death?
I mean, I don't know. You were on the phone with me a couple of weeks ago, and I saw a spider, and I damn near lost it. He wasn't that big, but I cussed at him until he stopped moving.
Right, but it wasn't so bad that you would have set it on fire.
Well, that's partly because I don't carry lighters in my house.
Oh, so you saying that was an option for you?
Hey, you know what? If he's got to go, he's got to go. It's either me or him.
Then you can't live with me. If you're making these type of rash decisions in the moment, you can't live with me. You might burn my house down.
Now, how much fire did he need? Like, was the spider on a tree? How much flame does it take to really shrivel up a spider? That's just like one flick, and it's pretty much done. You know.
I spent an entire bottle of Raid on a scorpion once, and it didn't do anything. So
that's a scorpion. That's different. That's body armor material, not spiders. This spider had to be something else. We need to get a government contract and get daggone whatever's inside that spider and make that armor. That's what we need to do.
That's probably how Spider-Man got his powers. It's probably from that spider.
I guess. All I know is if you going around lighting spiders on fire, you're going to have to stay like a county away from me. That is questionable behavior. You don't need to do that.
Fair enough.
You're better than that. I want better for you.
Better for me means better for you.
I want better for you. I want better for you. I want better for your dog. I want better for everybody. PSA, don't set spiders on fire. There. Yeah, no. Right.
To all the children who are listening. All right, you guys ready for the next one?
Yeah, I'm done with Spider-Man.
Okay, so this one I actually got this off of TMZ. Every once in a while, TMZ strikes gold with some of these headlines, and so I had to include TMZ here. So Air France brawl, this cockpit's not big enough for the two of us. Another flight on a plane, but there's a twist on this Air France flight. The brawl was between the pilots.
I did catch wind of that.
Yes, the captain and co-pilot of an A320, which took off from Geneva for Paris, exchanged blows in the cockpit while the plane was in the air.
Oh, we can't have that. I understand they got autopilot, but like the egos of the pilots, I'm not a pilot. I've been around some Blue Angels, and yeah, they're pretty cocky themselves, but that's fair to say. They're in the Navy and they're Blue Angels. But when it comes to commercial flying like that, no one else is up there. You know what I'm saying? Just calm down, do the flight, go home. I don't even know how it got that serious.
Wait. What kind of soul plane bullshit is this? They fighting and come on, man. Like, we got 300 some odd people on board, and y'all in here, sock robots at 35,000 feet. Man, don't let me come in here and break this up.
Come on. Now it says here that the melee went down shortly after takeoff.
See,
that the flight attendants apparently heard the commotion
before I got my peanuts.
It somehow entered the cockpit to break up the fight. So it appears the crew member sat in the cockpit. A crew member sat in the cockpit while with the two pilots for the remainder of the flight to make sure that they did not go another round.
Find them. Add them to the list. Find them.
So it's unclear what triggered the fight, but
Air France almost died off your bullshit. Yeah, find them both.
An Air France spokesperson called it totally inappropriate behavior, which I would assume is a spectacular understatement. of the year.
Well, you got to protect the business. I understand that statement, but yeah,
Yeah.
that was an understatement.
So both of the pilots have been suspended.
And see, it would be good luck that there was a spider in there, and that's what they was fighting over.
It
Yeah,
could have been. At this rate,
no.
you just don't. It could have been the same spider.
I don't care what it was. Get your shit together, fellas. Come on, man. You imagine
Now,
being on a flight and all of a sudden they in here boxing it out? Like, come on, man. What are we
well,
doing?
it's
They
like
could do that. They could do that.
when I
Once
heard
that
this.
plane land, I'll be looking for them. I can
When
tell
I
you that.
originally heard
Yeah, I
this
got to come
story,
find you. I got to come find you. If my loved
I
one died on that
actually,
flight, I got to come find. I got to come find you. I got to come find
when
you.
I
Add them to
originally
the list.
heard of this story, it's our mother, Dennis. Our mother is the one who hit me to the story first. So shout out to Carmen for seeing this before I did, because she was so excited about it that she said it's gonna be on Air Disasters because that's our show. And I said
Okay.
it's not gonna be on Air Disasters, Mom, because nobody died. The plane did not crash, so I doubt that this is going to be on Air Disasters. But while I was looking at this particular uh, article, I came across another one which I did not put in our general list, but just for shits and giggles, there was another flight in Africa where the pilots they didn't fight, but they fell asleep for about an hour.
That's all. Like honestly, that's almost worse.
Yes. So air traffic control is trying to contact them for like an hour and nobody's answering. And then finally one of them wakes up after an hour and then they start talking to air traffic control.
Man, you know what? If I get paid
Hold
like
on,
that
an
and sleep,
hour?
An
please.
hour.
Oh hell no! Oh no! An hour?
An hour.
Not an
You
hour,
could have hit
man.
a mountain, another plane. An hour?
An hour.
Add them to the list. I'm gonna find you. I'm gonna find you. I'm gonna come find you. Come find you.
I don't know what happened to those two, but I mean the plane stayed in autopilot. And with the planes today, you're really just a caregiver of the plane because the plane will essentially fly itself. Between the Inmarsat data and all that kind of crap that we all learned from Malaysia 370, it could just essentially just fly
No,
itself.
you
But
learned that. You learned that. The rest of us,
yes,
we didn't learn that. You
yes,
learned
but
that.
again, the fact that you can go to sleep for an hour it doesn't make me feel safe, but
It doesn't matter. It does not matter because like you can't predict the turbulence, you can't predict this and that, and yeah, it can do something, but you got to be awake. I mean, for landing and takeoff,
this
at
is true.
least.
Find them. Find them.
That's all you care
Find
about
them.
at this point.
Find
They
them.
have to be found.
Come on, man. This got to be dealt with. Oh, come on, man. Y'all fell asleep. Y'all fell
Sleep.
asleep. Come on, man. Find them. Add them to the list, Denise. Add them to the list. Find
Okay,
them.
it has been added. Now I included this one because this reminds me of those old wives' tales, those little spooky stories that you used to hear, like the hook on the little scary stories to tell in the dark with like the hook on your car door during Halloween, where you kept feel like a girl keeps hearing a tapping noise, and come to find out it's like some guy that has a hook that's trying to get in the car. So, woman drove from Rhode Island home to Massachusetts job before seeing a nearly naked stranger in her back seat.
Say what?
What?
A Rhode Island woman unknowingly drove 30 miles from her home in Providence, Rhode Island, to Easton, Massachusetts, with a nearly naked stranger asleep in the back seat of her car.
Male
What
or
time?
daggone
What?
female?
Oh, it was absolutely a dude in
It
the
was a
back seat.
man. It was a man in the back seat.
It's absolutely a
Hey,
dude
you
in
don't
the
know
back seat.
nowadays. You don't know. Hey. There's been all kinds of
Oh,
inflation. You
okay,
don't know
man. All
nowadays.
right, I'll cut
Now
you some
here's the
slack there.
thing.
Denise, what? Denise,
Here's the thing.
did this occur like at like 4 or 5 in the morning when it was dark outside?
It doesn't. I haven't gotten that far into it yet, but apparently he was asleep.
What?
He was asleep in the back seat of the car.
Oh
That's what you picked up
man.
on, Andre? Was that what?
So Nikki, so you come out to get in your car to go to work, and you drive, and then you get almost to happen to look in the back seat, and there's a naked dude in the back seat.
Yeah.
Like, what is you, a limo driver? This couldn't happen to no kid.
Now here's the
Like, what are
thing.
you doing?
They
You
did
clearly
release his
texting and drive.
name,
I would give her a ticket because clearly she was texting. I don't even need to have a conversation.
but here's the thing. Okay, so his name, he was identified as Jose Osario,
Oh
21
man.
years old, of Providence, Rhode Island. He's been charged with breaking and entering after he allegedly entered the woman's vehicle while drunk and high on marijuana, and then fell asleep on the floor of the back seat while only partially clothed.
You would smell that right when you open the door. What is wrong with her?
That's kind of how I felt. If he was that lit, he'd have been snoring his ass off. Like you'd have
Agreed.
smelled it, heard it. Like, come on,
Like a baby, yeah.
Yeah, like come on, man. You know what it's like when you like super lit and you pass out. Like, come on, man.
Now,
Like,
wherever she was going, so this will answer your first question. What time of day? It says that the Easton Police Department received a 911 call around midnight from the woman who said she found a naked man in the backseat of her Chevy Tahoe.
so she worked third shift?
It had to be. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah. So when they arrived,
okay, Tahoe. Okay, it's
yeah.
Yeah.
You would still smell that odor, man. And if she didn't pick up on that,
yeah.
But even if he had gotten in from, I mean, would he climb over the third row seat?
No, but I mean, I just feel like your spidey senses would have been off. Like you'd have gotten that Tahoe and be like, something's not right. You know what I mean? You just would have been like, something's not right in here. I don't know what it is, but
yeah. Now
on,
it does
man.
say that when the police arrived, the woman told police that she had driven from her home in Providence to her job in Easton, and when she entered the parking lot on Belmont Street, she noticed a partially naked man lying on the floor in the rear of her SUV. And police said their investigation found that the woman had started her vehicle at her home around 11 p.m. and then returned inside her home briefly. During that time, Osario apparently entered the back seat of the SUV and fell asleep on the floor. So at least he wasn't there that long, but still.
Does she live next to a club or Airbnb? Because like, why is her house so close to these drunk guys?
I don't know.
Like,
now, to answer Dennis's original question, how did you not notice? The woman said she was listening to a podcast during her drive from Providence to Houston and didn't realize Osario was in the back.
What does the podcast got to do with your nose?
Arrived at work. I don't know.
Now listen, I'm not gonna hate on podcasts or podcast listening.
She was okay there.
Not gonna hate on that, but I just feel like your intuition, your spidey senses should have been up to be like something not right. And I mean, why is it unlocked? Why is your whip not locked?
I don't know. I mean, maybe she's in one of those really nice neighborhoods.
She absolutely is. You said Providence, Rhode Island. I know exactly. Yeah. She's definitely in a nice place.
Now, here's the thing. So she said she didn't know who he was. She had never seen him before. Mm-hmm. So when police found him in the rear of the vehicle, still asleep. So they said he was partially clothed.
Now wait a minute. Now hold on. Pause. So you mean to tell me she realizes dude's in the back seat and she makes the call, but she doesn't like freak out or like? Come on, man. This don't add up, man.
Well, or he's that stoned to the point where he just doesn't wake up despite all the commotion outside.
I don't know how alcohol is limited alcohol, but
come on, man. I know too many women that would have slapboxed the fuck out of him for that. Come on, man.
This might be true. Now the police said he was. The police said
this is hard to believe now, lady.
Now, so the police said that he was partially clothed with a pair of shorts around one leg and a shirt wrapped around one arm, leaving the rest of his body uncovered.
How did that even happen, man? That's serious.
And through an interpreter, police said Osario told them He had consumed a large amount of alcohol and marijuana earlier in the evening in Providence. At some point, he entered the unlocked vehicle and fell asleep.
Let's be honest. Let's just cut to brass tacks. There's a lot of tequila involved. And I'm not saying that because I'm trying to stereotype anybody. I'm saying if you've been gone off that tequila, Lord knows you are rolling the dice and all bets are off.
That's right.
This is
You shouldn't be going that hard in
involved here.
Providence, Rhode Island, though.
You know, 1, 2, 3 floor. That's all I'm saying.
Now, it does say that he was arrested without incident. And
Oh hell yeah, he's caught. Like shit.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then
to quote somebody that's close to all of us, with his hands up, you got me.
you got me.
You got me.
He also so they took him to the police headquarters for booking, and while they were there, they found out that he had an outstanding arrest warrant out of Cranston, Rhode Island,
Jeez.
for a prior breaking and entering. So he
Come
was
on,
scheduled
man.
to be arraigned later on in the week, and there's no details on his bail conditions. So
listen, we don't need to find him. They got him.
They got him.
But we need to find her. Got a whole lot of questions for baby girl, because I just feel like you're not really on top of your shit. Like, this is highly disappointing. This is highly disappointed in you, whoever she is.
Yeah, they left her unnamed, so.
Yeah, I didn't know what type of podcast you were listening to, because that's still ridiculous.
Oh, listen, you know it was true crime. You know it was true crime.
Hey, wait, don't
That
call
ain't
me
well.
true crime chick.
It's True Crime and Tequila podcast.
Those be the one right there.
Those be the ones.
As a true crime podcast listener, I would be more alert.
Listen, that's what I'm saying. She probably just got into the genre of it and was like, oh man, I wonder what I would do if I was in this situation. No, you're in the situation right now. Wake up.
Saying, what's the number one rule is be mean. If you're a woman out here in these streets, be mean. Don't be nice. That's how bitches get killed.
Clearly, because some of y'all not paying attention.
Yeah. It's just like the maintenance man here in my apartment complex. Would you like to go fishing?
Man.
Hell no, I don't want to go fishing.
That dude's creepy.
That dude is very creepy.
He's creepy and he's old. You need to stop it. You need to stop it. But then again, shoot. But he needs to not shoot.
Yeah, well, I shot back, and yeah. So, all right. So, are we ready to?
Let's do it.
The next one. All right. So, this one is also from August. So we have an uninvited family member showing up at their mother's funeral. It attempts to mow down his sister.
Wow.
He tips over the casket and then floods the gravesite.
Okay, first of all, before you get too far into this, number one, that's real beef. Whatever it is, it's real beef. Number one. And number two, as a PSA, anybody shows up to my mother's funeral and flips over the casket, I'm going to black out and I'm not going to be able to hold it back. And I don't want anybody judging me, talking about, man, that's really fucked up what Tubbs did to old boy. Like, no, he had it coming. You show up and you do that. No. I'm telling you now, I'm blacking out.
Yes.
And I'm going to hold the two of you responsible if you don't black out with me and beat this motherfucker within an inch of his life. If he doesn't do that at my mama's funeral, oh, no. With that being said, please continue your story.
Okay, well, hold on a second, because all of a sudden, the Daily Beast wants me to pay to read it. Because it's rude like that.
Oh, yeah. They will do that to you. Yeah. But
so,
can you imagine somebody showed up and totally destroyed a funeral? Well,
we really don't need the details on that one, because enough has happened already in that statement.
I'm telling you, man, I would black out. I'm done. No, I'm already emotional that day anyway. You come and here you come through the side door on some bullshit. Oh
That's what I'm
no!
saying. So,
Oh
like,
no!
oh my gosh. And now, of course, it doesn't let me like read it
What?
because it's
Hold
being
on.
mean and hateful.
What did Cedric tell you? I wish a motherfucker would.
I wish a
Yeah,
motherfucker
yeah,
would
yeah.
walk up in here.
Straight up and down, straight up and
Okay,
down.
so here we go. A
And
funeral
that goes
meant to
for any loved
celebrate.
one. That's just not my mama. That goes for anybody I love and care about. If that happened,
Agreed.
I'm blacking out. Don't make no difference. I'm done.
So, okay, so here we go. A funeral meant to celebrate the life of an elderly woman in Northern California turned into a comical mayhem. That's exactly what I would have called it. After an uninvited family member stormed the service, ran over guests with a car, tipped over the casket, and struck a water main.
Find him. Find him right now. Find
Wow.
him.
Wow.
Find him.
Yeah,
Find him.
wow.
Find him
Hollywood
and
could have
give me
used that. Hollywood could have
find
used
him.
that for big bucks, man. If
Yeah,
Hollywood hasn't done
so
it, maybe you shouldn't.
the extraordinary send off happened at the Contra Costa County Cemetery inside Richmond's Rolling Hills Memorial Park last Saturday. So this would have been right around the beginning of August. But it was not apparently unanticipated.
Wow.
Hold
So,
on. What you mean it wasn't? Hold on. Say that again.
it wasn't unanticipated.
So they knew it was coming.
They knew something was coming. So, and
Oh.
I quote, a family member brought a stun gun to the services because
Oh
of
my goodness.
long-standing family issues,
Would
says
have been more than
Sergeant
a stun
Aaron
gun. I'll tell you that.
Pomeroy of the Richmond Police Department.
Would have been more than a stun gun. Andre, strap up. Motherfucker show up. Chitty chitty bang bang. No.
Now,
That's
the
what I was about to say
uninvited
too.
the uninvited guest, thought to be the brother of the daughter of the dead matriarch, reportedly started a fight with his sister, whose boyfriend then intervened. The uninvitee, who has not been publicly named, then got into his car and tried to
Oh
strike his
goodness.
sister with it, but instead somehow hit another relative.
What?
So that woman suffered injuries and was treated and released at a nearby hospital.
This is real Hatfield McCoy shit. This is what this is. It's like real
We all go
long-standing
together.
beef. Like, yeah, yeah. This is real
How dare you?
long-standing beef.
How dare you roll over on Sandy?
All I
Um,
know is better not nobody ever show up to the funeral of somebody I love with this bullshit.
Yeah, you don't
Blacking
do
out.
that.
going
Not on
down.
Tell you
funerals, not on birthdays.
nope. We conduct ourselves
Now,
differently in this family. You will get somewhere and sit your ass down.
Now, the sergeant goes on to say that one of the family members tried to run over his sister with the vehicle. He gets into an argument with his sister. The sister's boyfriend then comes to the rescue. The suspect gets into a fight with the sister's boyfriend and punches him. And then at some point, the suspect goes back to his vehicle and gets in it. Now,
Wow.
during the moving car component of
See,
the proceedings, so as the car is moving through it, several tombstones were damaged by the
oh
matriarch,
heck
and the
no.
matriarch's casket
Oh,
fell
now
off of
wait,
its
wait a
stand.
minute,
Put them
wait
on
a
the
minute.
list.
So I'm not even related
Blacklisted
to
up.
this bullshit. Now you want to desecrate the grave of my loved one? Find him, find him now. Add
so,
him to the
so
listeners.
the
Find him.
tombstones were damaged, and the matriarch's casket fell off of its stand. So now it's like, I guess, halfway up, halfway down is the way I see it in
That's
my head.
ridiculous, man. That's
And
society
then
nowadays, man. That's ridiculous.
It then says shortly after the casket went for a ride, the car hit a water main, which led to a strong burst of water that flooded the area, including the still empty grave where the casket was supposed to be buried.
Yeah,
So,
nope.
This
how
is
much?
bullshit of the highest order. Like this is just like, you
Put him
know.
on the island with Spider-Man and a lighter. That's what I say.
Now, this man caused about $20,000 in damages to the cemetery.
Well, that's the problem with society. The issue here, it should have ended when he got his butt beat by homegirl's boyfriend. But the problem with society nowadays, they don't know how to take L's. So what do? They got to dramatize situation, do something more ridiculous, and now here we go, $20,000 more in debt because he couldn't take an L. I'll slap him if I see him.
Please.
if you see. Now,
Matter of fact, we're gonna start a GoFundMe for America to get in line and slap the fuck out of it.
a go slap me.
Yeah,
A go slap
GoFundMe
me.
to
so
slap the shit out of him. The
now
fuck are you thinking about?
the sergeant goes on a little bit more detail, saying that he drove over some headstones, he damaged some headstones, he severed the water main, causing the flooding in the area before the water valve could be shut off. So the director of the cemetery told the Mercury News that the bizarre incident in no way reflects the standard operating procedure of his cemetery.
Well, that's not even on them. But I
Oh
understand.
no, we're not worried about
That's
that.
not
We're
even
not
on
worried.
them. Yeah.
We're
Yeah.
not worried about y'all. We worried about this
Now,
dumbass that showed up.
this is branding. This is branding 101. Don't worry at all. Your loved ones are interred here. Your loved ones that are interred here are very safe, and our staff is here to assist any of the families affected. Adding that the cemetery would pick up the cost to replace the damaged tombs. Y'all better than me,
Wow. So
because
yeah,
I
they
want
just
this.
made their
I
own
want
plug.
this motherfucker to do it.
Well, they
No,
got
'cause
insurance. That's why.
like
they
who's
can,
going
they
to
can
that guy's
Yes.
funeral? You see what I'm saying? He didn't think ahead here. So he pissed his whole family off. So when it's his time to go down, who's going to be there?
Hey,
Well, you know
now
what?
the unruly.
He should be buried in an
Oh, they
unmarked
gonna do
grave.
him wrong, man. They gonna do
He
his
should be buried
ashes
in an
wrong.
unmarked grave for that
Oh
bullshit.
man, yep.
That's what
See,
you get.
that's not good.
Now, it does
You
say
know.
here that the uninvited guest now faces the number of criminal charges. It is not known, though, if the matriarch did, in fact, make it into the ground. Thanksgiving dinner, however, will be interesting, should it happen.
Oh no, he won't be there. That's on site. That's on site.
He should have
I
took
can
the
see you at the
L.
grocery store 20 years from now, on site. Bread and eggs go down. Stuff your ass in a locker. That's on site. No.
He is no longer
Every time I
allowed to
see
come
you.
to any function. He's that cousin that everybody talks about, but nobody sees.
And for good reason, because it's on site.
And for good reason.
It's
Yes.
on site.
That's not something we can let go of no matter how many years pass.
Right. You met the 4th of July, everybody in a good mood. You come to the little barbecue, this and the third, all of a sudden
And then you
show
walk up.
Oh, send the kids in the house. Send them in the house right now. Don't come out until I tell you.
The only beef I think he could have had with the only logical reason if he wanted ashes and like the rest of the family was like, no, we don't want to do that. We're just gonna bury mom. He's like, no, I want ashes. But regardless, that shouldn't escalate to I don't even know what that would
Hold on.
I don't even know how that would happen.
Once he tips the casket over, all justification's out the window. Tip the casket over? Can you imagine when he was at Granny's funeral and someone tipped the casket over? Oh,
and don't let her fall out. Don't let her fall out. Because if she falls out the casket, we are gone.
Listen, I'm telling you right now, someone did that at Granny's funeral. We'd have moved all the furniture in that church. No, I can't. Nope. I can hear mom now. Dennis, no. Mm-mm. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. I'm putting hands on it.
Hey, mama, little Leroy coming with you.
Hands on it.
It's like all
I'm gonna put you in that fucking box with her. How dare you come in here and flip my granny's casket over? Absolutely not. I'll find you, fucker. I'll find you for that.
So we're gonna switch off from horrible uninvited guests to a different kind of uninvited guest. And you might have heard of this one because this happened about the end of July, give or take. So there is a city in Japan that's being alarmed by biting, clawing, and attacking monkeys. These monkeys are coming into people's homes and they're stealing things, including small children.
Nope.
Find them.
Nope.
Find them.
Hey, Dennis, you remember that movie Congo?
Find them. Find them.
Remember that movie Congo? That's what my house was like in Japan.
Listen.
Everything locked up. People, bodies everywhere.
It's gonna be more than a few BB guns in here. And tell you this, I will.
It says here,
you kidnap my child. There's bodies on the floor.
It says here, people in the southwestern
little
Japanese
jungle sanctuary.
city.
Listen. I'll come to your little jungle sanctuary. No, you will get my child back.
So it
Hey,
says
listen.
here that
No, Denise, we don't negotiate with terrorists.
absolutely no, we do not. No, we do not. It says people in a southwestern Japanese city have come under attack from monkeys that are trying to snatch babies, biting and clawing at flesh, and sneaking into nursery schools. So the attacks on 58 people since July 8th. This is dated July 27th. So 58 people in a 20-day span are getting are getting so are getting so bad that the city hall hired a special unit to hunt the animals with tranquilizer guns.
Bury them. Bury
Yeah,
them.
man. Like
Y'all out
how
here kidnapping babies? Bury them.
And
I
for
don't get
those
how that
out there
happened.
who are thinking they're
Get your
probably
hands off
just
me,
hungry,
dirty
no,
apes.
for those people who think that it's their natural habitat and they're just looking for food. No, the monkeys aren't interested in any food, so traps haven't worked. Thanks, but no thanks. Just throwing that out there now, guys.
Oh my
Um,
goodness. I put
they
it
have
together. Somebody's training monkeys to steal babies. That's it.
no,
I did. Yeah, that's it.
and why you say that the monkeys have mainly been targeting mostly children and old people.
Oh, fuckers. You want to go after the vulnerable? See? Yeah. Yeah. Take them
You know
out.
Now
what?
it says
All of
here,
them.
it says they are so smart and they tend to sneak up and attack from behind, often grabbing at your legs, says a city official.
They're fucking ninjas. They're fucking ninjas. Ninja monkeys. Monkey ninjas. Can you
Monkey
believe this?
monkey
Monkey
ninjas.
ninjas. Monkey
Hashtag
ninjas
monkey
are
ninjas.
yeah, monkey ninjas are out here kidnapping babies and taking your food. Take them out. Take them out.
Yes.
All of them.
When confronted by a monkey, the instructions are the following. Do not look at them in the eye. Make yourself look as big as possible, such as spreading open your coat, then back away quietly as possible without making sudden movements.
Fuck
Yeah,
that.
the
We gonna
species
tear
of
That's what they're
boxing
monkeys.
the
telling
fuck out of
people.
all of them. Mike Tyson unboxing the fuck out of
Nope.
all of them.
Nope. No. My
Then
my
just back away
recommendation is
slowly. Kidnap my
go
child.
to. Yeah, I say go to the gym and get a concealed carry. That's there goes your solution. Because when you got little monkeys looking at you as soft, and I'm gonna come run up and ransack
Uh,
your house, you got more problems than monkeys.
what I see is bushmeat.
Yes.
That's what I see. Come up in here if you
Well,
want. Come up in here if you want to.
now a
I'm
woman was
supposed to
assaulted
take
by a
the L?
monkey.
Hell no.
No. Now, this woman was assaulted by a monkey while hanging out laundry on her veranda. And then another victim showed bandaged toes. So I guess they bit his toes. And
What?
then they were taken aback and frightened by how big and fat the monkeys were.
Oh, okay. We do. I'll do a Rambo style. I'll get a
See,
machete.
but that's what I'm saying. Hold on. If they big and fat, that mean they've been clearly they've been eating good. They got a sanctuary where they take all their little loot that they get and they take it back to their little sanctuary. We got to find it and we got to destroy it. That's what we do.
Yes.
We
Yes.
got to
We got to make a
listen. You know
Now,
movie
what?
on this
Hold
Hollywood.
on. You know what we need to do? We need to take old boy with the fire and the spider and have him
Oh
set
yeah.
ablaze.
yes,
Oh
Yeah,
there
yeah.
you go.
that's what we
Now
need to do.
that's redeeming yourself. That's redeeming yourself.
You know what? You can get out on parole for that.
Yes.
And
Now,
listen, I ain't pro like monkey killing, but you gonna kidnap my baby?
Oh yeah.
Nah,
No. No. No.
nah,
nah,
mm-mm.
all bets
No,
are off
that's
once
right.
you start messing with
Kidnap,
the family.
kidnap my child? No, You all got to die.
Mm-mm.
Every last one of you.
Now
But before I act,
it says what?
I was thinking if they're doing anything to their habitat, but if we're not doing nothing to their habitat and they're just doing this, yeah, you got to do something with that.
This feels vindictive to me. In my personal opinion, I don't think that they're just out here because like we're just in their habitat. I think these dudes found us one day and was like, "Hey, that'd be nice." That's what I think, but I could be wrong. Now, it does say here that one male monkey measuring 49 centimeters, which is 1.6 foot, and is about 15 pounds, was caught by a team with a tranquilizer gun It was judged by various evidence to be one of the attacking monkeys, and then they put it to death. So there's one down.
He must have had a do-rag. Yeah, I said it.
Yeah, and then of course,
Yeah, I said
then
it.
it says,
Yeah, he must have had a do-rag. I'll say it.
He had gold teeth.
Yeah, let's be transparent about it. Yeah, he had a gold chain
but
on. He was
then,
listening to something. Yep, I already
but
see it
then
now.
after they killed this monkey, more attacks were reported after the capture of this monkey. So clearly, he got friends.
Tell you, we gotta take him out. It's a whole sanctuary. It's a whole sanctuary. We gotta take him out. We can't be living in
Yeah.
fear like this.
Now one good thing about all of this is that nobody has been seriously injured so far.
Not yet.
Not yet. And it says that although Japan is an industrialized and urban nation, a fair portion of the land is an archipelago. It has mountains and forests and whatever else. So attacks on people by animals are rare. And if they do happen, it's usually by a bear or a boar, but not monkeys.
Yeah, and the stealing babies. Yeah, no.
Monkey ninjas stealing your babies. What a
Yes.
world we live in.
Yes.
We got to find
Yes,
them.
the mayor of the town said, "I have never seen anything like this in my life." That's how the article ends.
That is
We gotta
crazy.
find them. We gotta find them. Smoke them out. We gotta
They
find them.
can't. So we've added monkeys to the list, and make sure I got this right. So we're, the uninvited guests, the pilots, and the naked man in the back seat. That sounds about right.
Yeah, we're off to.
Yeah, that hurt Tahoe sales right there.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Chevy. I'm a fan, but that hurt your sales there.
Now this next one here is what I call. This is what happens when I tell people chivalry isn't necessarily dead for those men out there who still do nice things for ladies, manners and things like that. But then there's taking it. But then there's taking it to a whole nother level.
Ooh, I want to hear this.
Man pulls gun on women who didn't thank him for holding the door open.
Yeah, no, that's not that.
See, that just screams childhood trauma to me.
Does it?
Yeah, like clearly you weren't hugged enough as a child.
Well, yeah, like you don't do it. You don't do it for gratification after the fact. You just do it. You don't expect repayment.
Like, listen, it's still America. I got the right to be an asshole. Like, I don't have to thank you. You know what I mean? It's the right thing to do. But the idea you pull a gun on somebody because they didn't say thank you, there's some real deep-seated issues. As a matter of fact, add his ass to. We got to find him and get him off the streets. We can't have.
Now it says here that he was in New Haven, Connecticut. So and just so you know, he is in police custody. And when did this happen?
Yeah.
This happened back in July. So
okay, good. We can take him off the list. They got him. Okay.
Yeah, they got him. So authorities said that he brandished a gun after failing to get a thank you for holding a door open. His name is Joshua Murray. He is 25 years old and became upset after two women at a Family Dollar store didn't express their gratitude.
Oh, man.
Hold on, man. Not the Family Dollar. Come on, bro.
Would you prefer Dollar General? Would you prefer Dollar General?
No. I'm just saying, man. Come on, man. These are probably hardworking women that are trying to do the right thing, by their family and their children and everything.
But what if it was
just ran in the Family Dollar to get a little X, Y, and Z, and this asshole gets mad because.
But what if it was Dollar Tree? Would it have made a difference? Would it have made a difference if it was Dollar Tree where everything's $1.50?
He was probably targeting them girls. He was like, "Oh yeah, she looked good. Let me open the door for her." And they're like, "This dude looks like he's packing and he's a thug and stuff, and I ain't trying to deal with him." And then just just try to get away from him. And the next thing you know, yeah, there you go.
Listen, I'm not going there. I'm not going there. I'm just saying, you are not entitled to a thank you because you held the door open for someone.
Oh heck no.
You see what I'm saying? It's the right thing to do, but come on, bro. To pull a gun? Come on.
I mean, that as I like to say, that escalated quickly.
He has to be young. Did they give his age? Did you already say that?
Yeah, he was 25, so he,
Oh yeah, that's another problem with society right there. Like they have a false sense of entitlement right there. I've never thought of a daggone thank you for doing any. Like, you don't
Yes,
expect that. You just do it because that's who you are
you
as a person. Clearly, he's doing the
you were
most
brought
But
here.
hold
you
on, but
you
wait a
were
minute,
brought up
Andre.
right.
You know as well as I do. Why am I thanking you for shit you supposed to do?
Agreed.
For a lady, yeah.
You know what I mean? That's like saying, "Well, I paid my child support." You're supposed to.
Supposed to.
What are we
That
talking
is true.
about?
That is true.
Come
That is
on, man.
true.
Now the officers responding to the
I wait for
report.
time today. You're supposed to.
Yes. Now, officers responded to a report of a man that was brandishing a gun outside of a store and
Oh my
found
goodness.
him nearby. He then interfered with officers during his arrest. So it doesn't really go into detail as to what interfere means, but he was eventually detained, hit with a felony charge of carrying a pistol without a permit,
That is
and
crazy.
then he
In
was also
Connecticut.
given, yeah, in
In Connecticut,
Connecticut.
man. Come
In
on, man.
Connecticut. He has also been given a related misdemeanor charge for interfering with an officer. And then just for good measure, they threw in 2 counts of second degree breach of peace.
What is he doing? All over opening a door for somebody.
Yep.
Man, that takes effort.
There's an idiot born every day. Come on, bro.
Every
Come on, bro.
single
Although
day.
New Haven's a tough spot. Like it don't get Connecticut twisted. New Haven, a little hood, but
No, but even Hood has ethics, though. Like, this is that young version of it. This
that's
is that
true.
bootleg version of the same area.
Yeah,
Like, that they don't get street credit like that. I'm sorry.
this is fake tough guy energy, is what this
Yeah,
is.
I don't like that.
Yeah.
That's a real
Yeah,
thug wouldn't have done nothing like that. He just would have kept it moving. You want to know
right,
why? Because he don't need cops showing up. He ain't
1000%.
drawing no attention to him.
Yes. Now
Exactly.
I have 3. Okay, so I have 3 left, just to let you guys know where we're at on the list. The next one, new baby's name is so bad that the nurse calls Child Protective Services.
Now wait a minute.
You got a good name on this.
Wait a minute. Yeah. One of my big things is don't be commenting on someone else's family dynamic. You don't know the culture, the customs, you don't speak the language, you need to stay out of that lane.
Look,
So with
I
that
have
said,
I had a
tell the story,
roommate.
but
I had a roommate in college, my undergrad, who was studying to be a nurse. She did the NICU, and she came home one night upset because the mother decided to name the baby Shahid, and she spells it shithead.
but
Just
she
saying.
didn't call child services though, did she?
Well,
No,
is it
she
in
didn't.
English?
That's what
Is
I'm
it
saying.
English though? Is it
That's
English
Yeah, I
what I'm
though?
don't.
saying.
So most of us have heard of someone who gave their child a name that is either unconventional or weird or just plain bad.
I got to hear it.
But we know better than to say anything. However, one set of parents picked a name so terrible for their newborn that a nurse had to step in and take extreme measures to get them to change it. The story was shared out on Reddit in a post that asked nurses and midwives of Reddit, have you ever tried to talk new parents out of a baby name? And if so, what was it? Apparently, the parents wanted to name their child Monster Galileo, and the nurse pleaded with them not to. And when they wouldn't budge, she called child services, but the parents persisted. Apparently, the little monster now goes by just Galileo.
Yeah, I feel like you overstepping your bounds. Like, stay
Yeah,
in your
Monster
lane.
Galileo is not too bad. I thought it was going to be something like political or racist or something. I thought it was going to be something off the, but yeah, Monster
No,
Yeah,
it
Galileo,
does.
Andre, that's where I would have been like, okay, maybe I give you a
Monstro.
little latitude if you named your son Adolf. Like,
Yeah, like Galileo's
Yeah.
great.
fine. You know what I mean?
Now, it does say here that even though they called child services on that name, it wasn't the worst name mentioned in the post. A different nurse spoke about parents who attempted to name their daughter Latrine. She
Can you
wrote, I
spell
had
that?
to explain.
Can you
Oh
spell that?
man, no, you don't got to spell that.
You know what a latrine is.
I don't. Why, man?
Latrine.
Why, America? Why?
Now, the nurse said I had to explain to her that she was naming her poor baby after the hole in the ground that soldiers shit into. The mother was horrified and changed it to Katrina.
Education
Jesus,
pays
come
off.
on.
You know
What?
what?
However,
They
how
went from one terrible name to the next.
Man.
no, however, she went on to note that 2 days later, Hurricane Katrina hit New Orleans.
See, and not to change subject, but real quick, I learned something today that if a hurricane is so devastating, they will retire
Yes.
that name. I
Uh huh.
never knew that before
Uh
today.
huh.
I was today
Yeah.
years old when I learned that, and it got me thinking because they're talking about retiring the name Ian,
Ian. Mm-hmm.
and I'm like, wait, why? And then I thought about it. I was like, oh wow, that's a thing. And then like I
Oh
guess
yeah, yeah,
Katrina's
yeah.
on the list too, which would make sense
And then you
because if
went
you
down the
say
rabbit
Katrina,
hole.
everybody knows what that is.
Yeah, if you
Yeah.
do what's best of you, like Jordan with the Bulls, I can't wear 23. I don't care how good you are. We're gonna retire your name and your jersey if you do enough
Yeah.
damage.
Yeah, I guess so.
That's why,
That's
like, there was a long time, there was a while
hang your
back.
jersey in the rafters. You're done. But
Yeah. Yeah, there was one time where I looked my name up to see if it was ever used as a hurricane name, and it was like back in the '60s. They haven't used it since.
yeah, but again, I just feel like as a nurse, you probably shouldn't. And now I want feedback. So for all the nurses that I know, um, I want
Yeah,
feedback.
throw that out there.
Have you email the pod, tall, tatted, and educated at Gmail. Email the pod and share your stories about whether or not you've actually tried to step in and get a mother or father to try to change the name of their child after that child was born because you just didn't like the name or the name was just so wild. I really want to know if anybody's ever experienced this because this is like conceptually I can't wrap my mind around the idea you would say no, don't name your child that when this isn't anybody you're related to, but that's wild.
Yes. Now,
I don't know. That's
now the
wild.
rest of that, the rest of the post here says that someone else did chime in to say that they worked as a registrar at a hospital and saw all the names on all the birth certificates. And some standouts that they mentioned were names like Killer, Syphilis, and Sweet Prayer Sunrise.
See, you just made those first two up. Ain't nobody named a child Sif.
I
No,
read that
no, I
verbatim. I
refuse to
read
believe
that
that.
verbatim.
I refuse to believe that.
That's sad, man. I'm just sad over it. That's just sad because that's just generation debt. Because if
But
it's
hold
not
on.
financial debt for
But
your
hold
kids, it's
on.
gonna be
But
genetic.
Andre, think about this for a second. If a mother named their child Syphilis and then that mother died and then Syphilis showed up and flipped the coffin over, you know what? I might have to give you a pass on that.
I would too.
Not
I
over the
would too.
name though. Not over.
I
It
might have to give
depends.
you
It depends. Yeah,
I
yeah. I
might have
don't
to give you
know.
a pass. But I wouldn't give you a pass totally because I feel like you're an adult. You could have changed your name.
Yeah,
You
I
could
couldn't
have
be in the
changed.
jury
Agreed.
on that one.
You could have
You
I
changed
know
your
what?
couldn't be
name.
in the jury.
Oh, it's just like one of my friends who doesn't like her first name, so she goes by her middle name on everything,
Hold on, no, no, hold
all of
on. But
her
that's
credit
different.
cards,
Hold on, no,
everything.
no, 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 no. Hold on. That's different because her first name is nowhere offensive. It's just you just don't like your
That's
name.
true.
But
That's
come
true.
on, you brought a child in this world and named that child Syphilis. There's no other meaning for that. Syphilis doesn't mean God King.
No.
You know, you know.
Although shout out to Amon Ross St. Brown. I'll shout out to his mom because I've always wanted to name a kid after an Egyptian god, and she beat me to it. So shout out to you, lady.
Yeah,
Amon
but
Ross
even
St.
then,
Brown, Detroit
but
Lions.
that's not syphilis.
No, it is not syphilis.
Come on,
So
come on, America. We're better than this. Come on.
are we though? Because the next one shows that we're not. So,
Okay.
woman who brought raccoon. You ready for this? Woman who brings raccoon to North Dakota bar is charged. She didn't want to
It's
drink
not a
alone.
Not
pet.
North Dakota.
It's not a pet. It's not a pet. It's a fucking raccoon.
Not in North
So
Dakota, man. Let that out, man. That guitar plays a guitar and everything else. I bet.
she didn't want to drink alone. It says a woman who brought a wild raccoon into a North Dakota bar which prompted state officials to issue a warning about potential rabies exposure, and she is now facing criminal charges.
Those things are fucking wild, bro. Like,
Yeah, they are.
fucking raccoons are
And they
not.
can kill you.
Hell yeah, they can fucking kill you.
They can kill. Her name is Erin Christensen. She's 38 years old of Maddox, North Dakota. She's charged with misdemeanor counts of providing false information to law enforcement, tampering with physical evidence, and unlawful possession of fur bearers.
Andre, I feel like meth is involved.
Probably. Something
You
is.
smell PCP something, bro. Like, come on, man. What are we doing? A raccoon? Like it's a therapy animal? Like this is my support This is my support raccoon. If you don't get your dumb ass out this
people
bar.
People have pet snakes as their supportive animals. So I mean, it.
Hold on, but some things are within reason.
Yeah.
I don't buy a snake, but
snakes are within reason.
Listen, I think you could probably make a compelling case for a snake. I wouldn't buy it, but I think you could make a case. Not a raccoon.
Not a raccoon.
Not a raccoon. But I will say.
But not at the bar, though.
That too. Like, but if we can take her raccoon to Japan to address these monkey ninjas.
This is true.
Maybe we can work something out.
Now, it says here that Christensen was arrested last week after authorities found her and the raccoon by serving several search warrants in and around the city. Now, just so you know, this was as of September 22nd. So this is just last week.
What?
So this is very recent. So Christensen said her family found the raccoon on the side of a road about 3 months ago, and they named it Rocky. She said they were nursing the animal back to health with plans to release it back into the wild.
You know, we need to release them back into the wild. That's what we need to do.
Exactly.
Yeah, you go back to the wild.
For all those out there who were wondering, it is illegal under North Dakota Board of Animal Health laws to keep a wild raccoon. Authorities euthanized the animal, and it did test negative for rabies. So just in case you guys didn't know this, the reason why we get the rabies shot is because if you show symptoms of rabies, it's too late. It has a 100% kill rate in humans. So just
I got
know
a good
that.
idea. Let's find an animal who contracts rabies and make it a house pet.
Yeah, and then get bit and.
But you know what? Like I'm willing to kind of buy your story until you took it to the bar.
That's true. Like, keep it at the house. You want to be dumb, keep it at the house, man.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you want to nurse it back to help him do the right thing. Okay, cool. But once you decide to take it to the bar, that's real meth activity to me. That's real.
If you let Joe Exotic operate that long for years, somebody can have a daggone raccoon. I don't care what state you're in. Why don't you just keep that at the house, man? All that crap bringing it to the bar, no, we got to shut that down.
But listen, man, Tiger King Joe would not bring a raccoon to the bar.
No, he had better class. He had more class than that.
He might pull his pistol and shoot at the tiger, but he's not going to bring a raccoon to the bar.
Yeah, he had more class than that. I'll give him that.
That's what I said. He had more class than that. That's right.
Now, Christensen took Rocky to the Maddox bar on September 6th during happy hour. It showed the raccoon to customers. Bartender Cindy Smith said the animal never bit anyone at the bar. But nevertheless, North Dakota's Health and Human Services Department issued a warning asking anyone who may have been bitten or had contact with the raccoon's saliva to please seek medical care.
Was it on a leash? It
doesn't say.
North Dakota.
Now, they did contact Christensen for a comment, and this is verbatim. It's unfair and too much was done to detain an innocent raccoon, Christensen said in a Wednesday statement to the Bismarck Tribune. They were not worried about the health of us if we had rabies or not. They were worried about finding and killing Rocky and putting me behind bars.
And they should, because your dumbass brought a raccoon to the bar.
Now, the charges against Christensen carry a maximum punishment of 2 years in jail and $7,500 in fines. Her initial court appearance is set for this coming Monday.
How
Now, the
people say
town
the
of
raccoon
Maddox.
is innocent as if the raccoon has rights here?
No, wait. So Maddox is a
Oh.
town in North Dakota of approximately 500 people,
I'm just a loss of
located
words.
85 miles from the Canadian border.
You see, that's how fucking zombie outbreaks happen, right fucking there. It's in a small town, fucking raccoons. Next thing you know, the entire Midwest is fucking contaminated. See, I'm telling you, meth is involved. It's gotta be.
Gotta be.
This is
Now,
ridiculous.
the last one I have comes to us from Dayton, Ohio. I decided to end on an Ohio note
Oh man.
because, well, I mean, I spent my undergrad years in Dayton. Dennis, we spent a lot of our childhood in Dayton.
Listen, I got a lot of
So
love for Dayton.
I
Shout out
got a
to the
lot of love for
Flyers.
Dayton.
Shout
Absolutely,
out to the Flyers.
absolutely.
Montgomery
Wright
County,
State Raiders.
stand up.
Wright State Raiders, appreciate y'all. Colonel
Yeah,
Glenn
I don't got
Highway.
nothing against or for it, but I can represent it because it's in the state.
There you go. There you go. So here we go. A man suspected of having sex with a van.
Stop right there. Stop right there. Meth is absolutely involved now. Absolutely. Buddha sugar.
That's why I
It's
saved this
all
one for last.
it's all on the table. He had sex
I can be
with a
his
van.
defense attorney. I need to know the
Do
year
you
of the
want to be
van.
his
I need to know the year of his van, and I need to know how old he is. And I could give a compelling argument.
No, it's an
I can
85.
definitely give a compelling
It's an
argument on that
85.
guy.
It's a 1985 Chevy Astro van with a black and white TV in it.
I'm glad it was an Astro
Oh my
because it had to
God.
be. It had to be an Astro.
With the antenna on
Oh
the
my
top.
goodness.
That's the only. Yeah.
Now, the first sentence of this is what made me crack up. Talk about being all up in someone's grill.
I like that.
A man in Dayton, Ohio, is facing indecency charges after a witness reported seeing him attempt to have sex with the front grille of a van parked on the street.
Come on, fam. The
Hold on,
grill.
wait. Was it his van?
The grill?
We
Was it his
haven't
van,
gotten
though?
that far yet. I have not gotten that far.
Come
Oh,
on,
man.
bro.
Okay. I
Come
don't
on,
know if
bro.
I can
The
represent him.
grill? Oh, no.
And just so you
While
know,
he was listening to Nelly's Grills at the same time.
He had to be
stop.
from Florida. He had to be from Florida. My people here in the state, we don't do that.
Now,
We don't do that here in Ohio.
officers responding to a call, and when was this? This was August 17th. August 17th. So officers responding to a call Tuesday evening found the suspect, 35-year-old Michael Henson, wearing only a pair of black shorts and black shoes, which was cited in the police report. He was taken into custody and put in the back of a squad car while officers spoke to the female witness.
Well, they
So
couldn't call the paddy wagon for him.
No, for obvious reasons. For obvious reasons. Now, the witness said that she saw Henson pull down his shorts and then put his genitals
witness.
into the front of the grill of a red
The
van.
grill.
Oh,
Come on.
it was
But it
a
wasn't
red
his,
van.
though?
I have not gotten that far. It
Oh,
just says
come
a
on.
red van parked on the side of the road. When the suspect passed out in front of the yard, in the front yard near the van, that's when the woman called police. So, I mean, I guess she let him nut.
Ew.
Hold on. He passed out?
He passed out
No.
in the front yard.
You forget that. You know
Oh,
what?
no.
I'm sorry, police officers. You guys have a rough job. But if I would have showed up, I would have arrested him and the witness because it should have never lasted that long. And she's sick for watching them.
Was it
And that's
his
how I feel about
van?
that.
Was it
She would
his
have got
van?
arrested too.
Denise, whose
Here it
van was
says,
it?
it doesn't say. It says Henson woke up and was walking before police came to the scene. Officers who questioned him said he did appear to be intoxicated. And no, it was not his van.
I got to
Police
I
sell
can't
that
represent him
contacted.
no
van. I
more.
have to
I
sell
can't
that
represent
van.
him no more.
There's no way I can keep that van. That van's got to get
Now, police
sold.
No.
contacted
What's
the
wrong with the
owner
van?
of the
Sorry,
van.
dude had sex with it. Try to fuck the grill. Can't keep it.
What the heck, man?
Now, the owner of the van said he was unaware of any incident with his van. But Henson was booked on public indecency charges and taken to the Montgomery County Jail, where he remained on a $2,500 bond until his arraignment, according to the Dayton Daily News.
You know what?
you bet.
Tequila might be involved in this story too. But I definitely think meth is on the table. This is
And
real.
Ridiculous, man.
Just for shits and giggles, I know that the people at home cannot see us, but I will send you his mugshot because
I don't even want to see. I don't want to look into his eyes because his eyes looked at a van and said, "I'm gonna make you mine," and then passed out. And then the witness sat there and watched it happen. All of them booked.
So,
oh, come on, bro. Listen, first of all, I'm gonna post this. I'm gonna post this on this picture on Instagram. Like this, yeah. Like I'll post this so people can see. Listen, you with the fucking grill, bro. The grill. Come on,
grill.
man. Again, we gotta. They got him, so we don't have to go find him. But
watch out, Bentley.
This is some bullshit of the highest order.
Yes. Now,
don't let him get drunk and walk across a dealership at night.
No shit. And don't let him find a fucking Ferrari or something. Like
that's a crime. No, he don't like Ferraris. It got to be what year 86 and what? It got to be discontinued. It got to be rare. They can't make them no more.
I gotta sell that van. What's wrong with the van? Dude tried to fuck it. He tried to have sex with a girl.
No, he didn't try. He did.
Yeah.
Maybe he thought
the witness.
Maybe he thought the grill was a girl.
Stop. Again, that's malbehavior. Come on, bro. Come on, bro. You don't know the difference between a woman and a van?
You know what? At some point, we got to stop blaming stuff on drugs. In this case, you know what? In this case, I'm gonna.
Right.
I'm not even gonna let that happen.
Right.
This was him.
You right.
This was 100% him on this.
Listen, I know people got weird fetishes and fantasies and the whole thing, but it's a van, bro. Like, moms take their kids to soccer practice in that.
Yeah, see, you guys envisioned an Astro van. I envisioned a Dodge Grand Caravan.
Whatever.
That was the second one, but no, it had to be an Astro because I mean that's a legendary van.
Let's be honest. Have you ever seen a sexy van in your life?
Wait, an Astro is a national treasure, though.
Yes, I agree.
That's a federal offense. That's a federal
offense. It could have been a Toyota Sienna for all we know. I mean,
Come
who knows?
on, man. That's like
it
saying,
wait. What if it was a Woody?
Do something to me. Like, come on, man.
What if it was a Woody?
Weirdo.
You remember the Woodies? What if it was a Woody?
Listen, fucking weirdo. Come on, man. Ain't no sexy van out there. What you doing?
Is there a van that just gets you all caught up in your feels?
Never. Not one time. Unbelievable.
At all.
Well, on that note, again, thank you guys for joining this episode of In Other World News. This was good. I needed a good laugh. So we learned about monkey ninjas and guys that have sex with vans, and there's some weird shit.
And the conning of America's children with $100 bills.
Yeah, we got to find him. He's on the list. We got to find him.
It's just so hard. And like, you go to boot camp and like you do public service, and police officer, you take oaths to say, I'm going to protect the people of the United States. And the next thing you know, you get out of the military, then you come home and you start hearing reckless stories like this. And like, you know what? I said I would protect these people. That's just hard to wrestle. That's hard to wrestle. I'm pretty sure other vets feel the same way I do. It's like,
yeah,
I'll still protect you, but that's rough. That's a good point. Make it easy for the vets.
Andre, that's a good point. I almost died protecting this country so you can have sex with a van. Freedom.
I don't even. Yeah, see what I'm saying? That's a federal offense. Get out of here, man.
Nah, bro. I'm with you. I'm with you on that. Absolutely. So, on that note, thank you guys. This was good. I needed a good laugh. So, thank you guys for jumping on, and be sure to share your thoughts and feelings, especially you nurses out there, because I want to know if you ever try to talk somebody off the ledge and naming their child something ridiculous. So, email the pod and share your thoughts. talltatteducated@gmail.com. And again, thank you guys for jumping on. This was fun, and we'll do this again soon.
Yes, sir.
Okay, doggy.
All right, we'll holler at y'all later.